Hello, my friend. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. My name is Max, and I'm very happy you are here practicing English with me today. Take a slow breath and relax for a moment. Maybe you are sitting comfortably. Maybe you are walking somewhere. Maybe you are listening while doing something simple at home. Wherever you are, this is a perfect moment to practice real conversation English. Today's episode is called Simple English Dialogues, and today we are going to practice something extremely useful. We will practice short English dialogues, real conversations between two people. But these conversations will be calm, clear, and easy to follow. You will hear the dialogue. Then we will repeat important sentences together. This helps your brain learn how conversations actually work. Many learners study English words and grammar, but when it is time to speak with another person, something feels difficult. Your brain knows the words, but your mouth is not used to conversation patterns, because conversation is not only vocabulary, conversation is rhythm. Conversation is reaction. Conversation is the ability to respond naturally. That is why dialogues are so powerful. When you practice dialogues, your brain learns how one sentence leads to another. One person speaks. The other person reacts. The conversation moves forward. And today we will practice unusual everyday situations. Not the typical textbook conversations like, "Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you." Those conversations are correct, but they are not always memorable. Instead, we will explore moments that feel a little more real. Moments like someone realizing they brought two left shoes, someone discovering their umbrella is broken during light rain, someone accidentally watering a plastic plant. Small, slightly strange moments. Because unusual situations help your brain remember language better. During this episode, I will guide you through these dialogues slowly. You will listen. You will repeat some sentences. And you will begin to feel how natural English conversations flow. Remember something important. You do not need perfect pronunciation. You do not need perfect grammar. You only need to listen, repeat, and stay curious. Fluency grows through many small conversations, and today we begin building those conversation skills step by step. So let's get ready. We are about to start our first simple dialogue. Now, let me ask you a simple question. What makes a conversation feel natural? In real life, conversations usually begin with something small. A question, a comment, or a small problem. One person notices something, then another person reacts. This is how conversations grow, not from perfect grammar, but from small reactions between people. So in this part, we will begin with our first short dialogue. Two people, one small situation. Listen carefully to the dialogue first. Person A says, "I think I brought two left shoes today." Person B replies, "Wait, what do you mean?" Person A says, "Look at my feet. Both shoes are left." Person B says, "That's impressive and a little confusing." Now let's repeat a few important sentences together. Listen carefully. I think I brought two left shoes today. Now repeat after me. I think I brought two left shoes today. Very good. This sentence begins a conversation because it introduces a strange situation. Now listen to the next one. Wait, what do you mean? Now repeat after me. Wait, what do you mean? Good. This is a very useful reaction sentence. People say this often when they are surprised or confused. Now listen to the next line. Look at my feet. Now repeat after me. Look at my feet. Nice. This sentence invites the other person to observe something. Now listen to the final reaction. That's impressive and a little confusing. Now repeat after me. That's impressive and a little confusing. Very good. Notice something interesting about this dialogue. The situation is a little unusual, but the sentences are simple, and simple sentences are perfect for conversation practice. Now let's try another small dialogue. Listen first. Person A says, I accidentally watered a plastic plant. Person B replies, a plastic plant? Person A says, yes. I thought it looked very healthy. Person B says, well, now it's the healthiest plastic plant in the room. Now let's repeat one sentence together. Listen carefully. I accidentally watered a plastic plant. Now repeat after me. I accidentally watered a plastic plant. Good. This sentence describes a small, funny mistake. Mistakes often create interesting conversations. Now listen to the reaction sentence. A plastic plant? Now repeat after me. A plastic plant? Very good. Short reaction sentences like this appear often in real conversations. Now listen to the last reaction. Well, now it's the healthiest plastic plant in the room. Now repeat after me. Well, now it's the healthiest plastic plant in the room. Excellent. Practicing dialogues like this helps your brain learn something very important. How people react to each other in conversations. Not only how to speak, but how to respond. And these responses are the heart of real communication. Now let's continue with another short dialogue. In real conversations, people often talk about small, unexpected situations. Sometimes something strange happens. Sometimes something funny happens. And those small moments create natural dialogue. Let's listen to the next conversation. Person A says, I just realized I've been wearing my shirt inside out. Person B replies, wait, really? Person A says, yes. The tag is on the outside. Person B says, well, at least you discovered it before lunch. Now let's practice one of the sentences together. Listen carefully. I just realized I've been wearing my shirt inside out. Now repeat after me. I just realized I've been wearing my shirt inside out. Very good. This sentence begins with a discovery, something the speaker suddenly noticed. Now listen to the reaction. Wait, really? Now repeat after me. Wait, really? Good. This short reaction is very common in conversations. People use it when they are surprised. Now listen to the next line. The tag is on the outside. Now repeat after me. The tag is on the outside. Very nice. Simple explanations like this help move the conversation forward. Now listen to the final reaction. Well, at least you discovered it before lunch. Now repeat after me. Well, at least you discovered it before lunch. Excellent. This kind of sentence shows humor and encouragement at the same time. Now let's try another dialogue. Listen carefully. Person A says, I tried to unlock my car with my house key. Person B replies, that must have been confusing. Person A says, I stood there for 10 seconds wondering why it didn't work. Person B says, your car was probably confused too. Now, let's practice one important sentence. Listen carefully. I tried to unlock my car with my house key. Now repeat after me. I tried to unlock my car with my house key. Very good. This sentence describes a small mistake. Mistakes often become funny conversation stories. Now listen to the reaction. That must have been confusing. Now repeat after me. That must have been confusing. Nice. This is a useful sentence when reacting to someone's story. Now, listen to the final line. Your car was probably confused too. Now repeat after me. Your car was probably confused too. Excellent. That sentence adds a little humor to the conversation, and humor often makes dialogues memorable. Notice something important about these dialogues. The situations are slightly unusual, but the English is simple. And simple English is exactly what helps conversations flow naturally. Now we will continue building more dialogues that show how people react, respond, and continue conversations in everyday situations. This time the situation happens in a very normal place, but something slightly unusual occurs. Small, unexpected moments like these are very common in real conversations. Let's listen to the dialogue first. Person A says, "I think my backpack is making that sound." Person B replies, "What sound?" Person A says, "That squeaky sound every time I move." Person B says, "Maybe your backpack is complaining about Monday." Now let's practice one of the sentences together. Listen carefully. "I think my backpack is making that sound." Now repeat after me. "I think my backpack is making that sound." Very good. This sentence is useful when you are trying to identify the source of a sound. Now listen to the reaction. What sound? Now repeat after me. What sound? Good. Short questions like this are extremely common in conversations. Now listen to the explanation. That squeaky sound every time I move. Now repeat after me. That squeaky sound every time I move. Nice. This sentence describes a repeated noise. Now listen to the final reaction. Maybe your backpack is complaining about Monday. Now repeat after me. Maybe your backpack is complaining about Monday. Excellent. This sentence uses humor. People often add humor to everyday conversations. Now let's try another dialogue. Listen carefully. Person A says, "I just noticed something strange." Person B replies, "What happened?" Person A says, "My watch says it's Tuesday." Person B says, "Isn't today Wednesday?" Person A says, "Oh, that explains a lot." Now let's repeat an important sentence together. Listen carefully. "I just noticed something strange." Now repeat after me. "I just noticed something strange." Very good. This sentence is a natural way to introduce something unusual. Now listen to the question. What happened? Now repeat after me. What happened? Good. This is one of the most common reaction questions in English conversations. Now listen to the final reaction. Oh, that explains a lot. Now repeat after me. Oh, that explains a lot. Excellent. This sentence appears when you suddenly understand something that was confusing. Notice something interesting about these dialogues. The situations are simple, but they include observation, reaction, explanation, and humor. These four elements are very common in real conversations. Now let's finish this section with a short, shadowing sentence. Listen carefully. Conversations grow from small observations. Now repeat after me. Conversations grow from small observations. Excellent. When you practice dialogues like these, your brain begins to understand how conversations move naturally from one idea to the next. And that is how your conversation skills slowly grow. Now, let's continue building your conversation skills with another simple dialogue. This time the situation happens during a small everyday moment that becomes slightly awkward. Awkward moments are very common in conversations. People laugh about them, they explain them, and they often become short stories. Let's listen to the dialogue first. Person A says, I just apologized to someone who wasn't talking to me. Person B replies, oh no, what happened? Person A says, I thought they said my name. Person B says, that happens more often than people admit. Now let's practice one of the sentences together. Listen carefully. I just apologized to someone who wasn't talking to me. Now repeat after me. I just apologized to someone who wasn't talking to me. Very good. This sentence describes a slightly embarrassing situation. Now listen to the reaction. Oh no, what happened? Now repeat after me. Oh no, what happened? Good. This is a very natural reaction sentence when someone tells an unexpected story. Now listen to the explanation. I thought they said my name. Now repeat after me. I thought they said my name. Very nice. Many conversations include sentences that explain misunderstandings. Now listen to the final reaction. That happens more often than people admit. Now repeat after me. That happens more often than people admit. Excellent. That sentence helps make the situation feel normal and less embarrassing. Now, let's try another dialogue. Listen carefully. Person A says, I waved at someone who was actually waving behind me. Person B replies, that's a classic mistake. Person A says, I tried to turn it into a stretch. Person B says, smart move. Now let's practice an important sentence. Listen carefully. I waved at someone who was actually waving behind me. Now repeat after me. I waved at someone who was actually waving behind me. Very good. This sentence describes a very relatable situation. Now listen to the reaction. That's a classic mistake. Now repeat after me. That's a classic mistake. Good. This sentence is useful when reacting to something common. Now listen to the humorous explanation. I tried to turn it into a stretch. Now repeat after me. I tried to turn it into a stretch. Nice. This adds humor to the story. Now listen to the final reaction. Smart move. Now repeat after me. Smart move. Excellent. Short responses like this are very common in real conversations. Notice something important about these dialogues. They are built around small human moments. Moments of confusion, moments of embarrassment, moments of humor, and these are exactly the moments people talk about in real life. Practicing these kinds of dialogues helps your brain understand how conversations flow naturally between people. Now let's continue building your conversation ability with another dialogue. In real life, conversations often begin with a small problem or a small mystery. Someone notices something unusual. Then another person tries to understand the situation. Let's listen to the dialogue first. Person A says, I think my phone just changed languages. Person B replies, what do you mean? Person A says, all the buttons are in a language I don't recognize. Person B says, did you press something by accident? Person A says, probably. My phone likes surprises. Now let's practice one of the sentences together. Listen carefully. I think my phone just changed languages. Now repeat after me. I think my phone just changed languages. Very good. This is a natural sentence when something strange happens with technology. Now listen to the reaction. What do you mean? Now repeat after me. What do you mean? Good. This is one of the most useful questions in English conversation. Now listen to the explanation. All the buttons are in a language I don't recognize. Now repeat after me. All the buttons are in a language I don't recognize. Very nice. Explanations like this help people understand the situation. Now listen to the next question. Did you press something by accident? Now repeat after me. Did you press something by accident? Good. Questions like this move conversations forward. Now listen to the final line. My phone likes surprises. Now repeat after me. My phone likes surprises. Excellent. That sentence adds a little humor to the situation. Now let's listen to another dialogue. Person A says, I brought my lunch, but I forgot the fork. Person B replies, that could be a challenge. Person A says, I'm considering very creative solutions. Person B says, please don't invent a new eating method at the office. Now, let's repeat an important sentence. Listen carefully. I brought my lunch, but I forgot the fork. Now repeat after me. I brought my lunch, but I forgot the fork. Very good. This sentence describes a simple everyday problem. Now listen to the reaction. That could be a challenge. Now repeat after me. That could be a challenge. Nice. This sentence is a calm way to react to a problem. Now listen to the humorous line. I'm considering very creative solutions. Now repeat after me. I'm considering very creative solutions. Excellent. Now listen to the final reaction. Please don't invent a new eating method at the office. Now repeat after me. Please don't invent a new eating method at the office. Very good. Notice something important about these dialogues. They include observation, reaction, explanation, and humor. These elements appear in real conversations every day, and when you practice them, your brain begins to understand how natural English dialogue works. Now, in the next section, we will explore another conversation situation and expand it into a few small communication habits that help you react naturally in English. This time, the conversation begins with a small, everyday discovery. These are great moments for conversation because they feel real, a little unexpected, and easy to imagine. Let's listen to the dialogue first. Person A says, I think I put my sweater on backwards. Person B replies, how can you tell? Person A says, the label is touching my neck. Person B says, well, at least now you know. Now let's practice one of the sentences together. Listen carefully. I think I put my sweater on backwards. Now repeat after me. I think I put my sweater on backwards. Very good. This is a natural sentence when you suddenly notice something is wrong. Now listen to the reaction. How can you tell? Now repeat after me. How can you tell? Good. This is a very useful question in conversation. People use it when they want more information. Now listen to the explanation. The label is touching my neck. Now repeat after me. The label is touching my neck. Very nice. Simple details like this make conversations feel real. Now listen to the final reaction. Well, at least now you know. Now repeat after me. Well, at least now you know. Excellent. This is a calm and natural response. It makes the situation feel lighter. Now let's listen to another dialogue. Person A says, I opened my notebook and found a shopping list inside. Person B replies, was it your shopping list? Person A says, I don't think so. It says 12 lemons. Person B says, that sounds very specific. Now let's practice an important sentence. Listen carefully. I opened my notebook and found a shopping list inside. Now repeat after me. I opened my notebook and found a shopping list inside. Very good. This sentence begins with a small discovery. Now listen to the question. Was it your shopping list? Now repeat after me. Was it your shopping list? Good. Questions like this are very useful because they keep the conversation moving. Now, listen to the explanation. I don't think so. It says 12 lemons. Now, repeat after me. I don't think so. It says 12 lemons. Very nice. That small detail makes the dialogue more memorable. Now listen to the final reaction. That sounds very specific. Now repeat after me. That sounds very specific. Excellent. This kind of sentence is very natural in real conversations. People often react to strange details with a short comment like this. Notice something important about these dialogues. They are not about big topics. They are about small discoveries, questions, and reactions. And that is exactly how many real conversations begin. One person notices something. The other person asks a question. Then the conversation grows from there. Let's finish this section with one short shadowing sentence. Listen carefully. Small discoveries create natural dialogue. Now repeat after me. Small discoveries create natural dialogue. Excellent. When you practice dialogues like these, you train your brain to notice how English conversations really work. Not through long speeches, but through short reactions, small details, and simple questions. Now let's continue with one more dialogue. This time the conversation begins with a small observation that turns into curiosity. These moments are very common in real conversations. Someone notices something unusual. Then another person asks questions. Let's listen to the dialogue first. Person A says, I think my neighbor's cat is watching me. Person B replies, What do you mean? Person A says, It's sitting on the fence and staring at me. Person B says, Maybe it's judging your life choices. Person A says, That cat looks very serious. Now let's practice one sentence together. Listen carefully. I think my neighbor's cat is watching me. Now repeat after me. I think my neighbor's cat is watching me. Very good. This sentence describes a small observation. Now listen to the reaction. What do you mean? Now repeat after me. What do you mean? Good. This question invites the other person to explain more. Now listen to the explanation. It's sitting on the fence and staring at me. Now repeat after me. It's sitting on the fence and staring at me. Very nice. Descriptions like this help create a clear image during the conversation. Now listen to the humorous reaction. Maybe it's judging your life choices. Now repeat after me. Maybe it's judging your life choices. Excellent. Humor often appears in casual conversations like this. Now listen to the final line. That cat looks very serious. Now repeat after me. That cat looks very serious. Very good. Now let's try another short dialogue. Listen carefully. Person A says, I just opened my backpack and found a spoon. Person B replies, A spoon? Person A says, Yes, I have no idea why it's there. Person B says, Maybe future you was planning something. Now, let's practice one important sentence. Listen carefully. I just opened my backpack and found a spoon. Now repeat after me. I just opened my backpack and found a spoon. Good. This sentence describes a small, unexpected discovery. Now listen to the reaction. A spoon? Now repeat after me. A spoon? Very good. Short reaction questions like this appear very often in conversations. Now listen to the explanation. I have no idea why it's there. Now repeat after me. I have no idea why it's there. Nice. This sentence is useful when something feels confusing. Now listen to the final reaction. Maybe future you was planning something. Now repeat after me. Maybe future you was planning something. Excellent. Notice something important about these dialogues. They start with simple observations and small mysteries. Then the conversation grows with questions, explanations, and a little humor. This is exactly how many real conversations work. Let's finish this section with a short shadowing sentence. Listen carefully. Curiosity keeps conversations alive. Now repeat after me. Curiosity keeps conversations alive. Excellent. When you practice dialogues like these, you train your brain to react naturally during conversations. And those small reactions are what make communication feel real and alive. Now we are reaching the end of today's conversation practice. Take a moment to relax. You listened to several dialogues. You repeated important sentences, and you experienced how simple conversations grow from small moments. Today's episode was called Simple English Dialogues. And the central idea behind this practice is very simple. Conversations do not begin with perfect grammar. Conversations begin with small observations and simple reactions. Someone notices something, someone asks a question, someone explains, and often someone adds a little humor. During this episode, we practiced many small situations. Someone discovering they wore their shirt inside out, someone watering a plastic plant, someone waving at the wrong person, someone finding a spoon inside a backpack. These moments may seem small, but they are exactly the kind of stories people share every day. And when you practice these patterns, your brain learns something important. How real conversations move naturally. One sentence leads to another, one reaction leads to another, and slowly the conversation grows. Now, I want to leave you with a simple sentence that summarizes today's lesson. Listen carefully. Small moments create real conversations. Now, repeat after me. Small moments create real conversations. Very good. This sentence contains an important truth about language learning. You do not need complicated topics to practice speaking English. You only need curiosity about the small moments around you. Maybe you notice something strange. Maybe you make a small mistake. Maybe you discover something unexpected. All of these moments can become conversations. Now let's practice one final sentence together. Listen carefully. I can turn small moments into English conversations. Now repeat after me. I can turn small moments into English conversations. Excellent. When you practice dialogues like these regularly, something powerful happens. Your brain begins to recognize conversation patterns faster. Your reactions become more natural. Your confidence grows. And little by little, speaking English starts to feel easier. If you enjoyed this calm conversation practice, you can subscribe and continue learning with us here on Daily English Whisper. We will keep building your listening, your speaking, and your daily fluency step by step. My name is Max. Thank you for practicing English with me today. Keep listening, keep repeating, and I will see you very soon in the next episode of Daily English Whisper.